Most ships today are still operating on conventional oil-based fuels such as marine gas oil, but air pollution standards and even carbon dioxide emissions are being more tightly regulated over time. And as such, many ship owners are choosing to switch over to liquefied natural gas, or LNG.
I think there's a common oversimplification when looking at transport fuels of just looking at the tailpipe emissions. So from that perspective, natural gas appears to be cleaner burning than conventional marine fuels, but that's not the full story. Because LNG consists primarily of methane, which is a powerful greenhouse gas, even small changes in our assumptions about the leakage, whether it's upstream where the fuel is produced or downstream as it goes through an engine, can have a large impact on the emissions of that fuel.
The most popular type of LNG engine is also the leakiest, unfortunately. So of the 750 or so ships that are using LNG as a marine fuel, over 300 of them use the technology that is also the leakiest. And it's also the type of engine that's the most popular for the cruise shipping industry. And so while there's a lot of corporate talk about trying to make the cruising experience greener, using LNG might seem like a good idea, but if you take into account the total life cycle impacts and the total climate impacts of using LNG, it's actually not a great solution.
So when you're talking about the climate impact of an industry, the fuel choices for that industry aren't solely constrained to just what happens on that ship.
What we'd like to see is that the regulations that are being put in place for new ships actually account for the total greenhouse gas emissions from ships, and not just carbon dioxide, but also methane.
The major takeaway from this study is that LNG is not only not a long-term solution for decarbonizing the marine sector, but it's not even a short-term solution either.
The 20-year global warming potential of LNG really gives a better sense of the urgency with which we need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from all sectors, not just the shipping industry.